Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a video about my favorite masks, if you couldn't tell by the title, but I thought I would just kind of highlight some of my most favorite masks that I like to use and why I like to use them. Just for note, I do have dry to normal skin. I can get it to be normal if I add enough oils and stuff into my skincare regime, but if I don't, my skin does dry out and it can also be dehydrated at the same time. So that's just on record, but without further ado, I don't really need to say anything else. I'm going to talk about my favorite masks. So I'm going to talk about my favorite masks right now. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the one I think out of this entire bunch I tried first out of all of them, and it is from Origins and is the Drink Up 10-minute mask to quench skin's thirst. It smells like fuzzy peaches, which I absolutely love that. Basically what this is that there's algae extracts in it. Wow, okay. That basically help with hydration. It also has emollient-rich apricot kernel oil, which they say acts like a fountain of youth. I don't know about that, but basically what you do is you apply it to clean skin, wait 10 minutes, and then you can wipe it off with a tissue. I actually personally, I don't have the overnight one, but I use this basically as an overnight mask sometimes, or I'll put it on an hour or two before I'm going to do my makeup, and then that way my skin's kind of nicely plumped up. So you can use it either way. If you don't want to buy the overnight one just to use overnight and then use this one like whenever, you can use it both times. But yeah, it's just so good. It hydrates the skin, it plumps it up. If you have oily skin and are a little bit of worried about it, don't be. I would just stick to using it for those 10 minutes though, because sometimes with oily skin, your skin is dehydrated and then your skin is going to produce more oils to try and counterbalance that, which is then why you get more oily. So if you add that moisture back into the skin already, it'll kind of subdue the oil production of your skin sometimes. So this one I would definitely recommend, but only doing it for the 10 minutes. You don't need to leave it on overnight. Now I might as well just get the other Origins one out of the way, and it is the Original Skin Retexturizing Mask with Rose Clay. I used this today, and it's why I thought I should really do a video on my favorite masks, just because now that I forgot how much I love this mask, I always know that I love it, but to use it, you're just like, oh my god, I need to talk about this. Basically what this is that there is rose clay, Canadian willow herb, and exfoliating jojoba beads. You put it on your clean skin. I usually use a flat foundation brush that I don't use for actual foundation. I just use it for masks. I'll put that on in a thin layer and then let it sit for 10-ish. It says 10 minutes on the bottle, but I'll sit there with it on for an hour if I'm busy doing something or whatever like that. It doesn't really matter. The thing that I like about this is that it kind of normalizes the skin. It does get rid of any of that texture, but then the jojoba beads, what those do is it actually acts as an exfoliant. So when you're rinsing it off, you've already benefited from the clay and the willow herb, but then with the jojoba beads, you're getting rid of that top layer of dead skin. So I absolutely love it for that. It's just nice and refreshing. It doesn't strip the skin too much of its natural oils because it is a clay mask, so you do have to worry about that. But I just put on an intensive moisturizer afterwards, or I'll put on the quench. There's 10-minute, whatever that one's called. I can never remember, it's too long, but I'll put something on like that, or I'll just put a heavier moisturizer on after this one, just so then that way my skin is nicely hydrated, but it also is baby smooth. And when I say baby smooth, I mean baby smooth. It is so crazy how my skin feels after I use this mask. Now something kind of similar to the Retexturizing the Original Skin one from Origins is the Peter Thomas Roth Pumpkin Enzyme Mask. Now I've used this once, and I'm like rationing it, but it's already in my favorite mask look. I can already tell you that. So basically with this one, you apply to clean skin, gently massage with wet fingertips, leave on for 3 to 7 minutes, and then use 1 or 2 times per week, and then rinse. What this one is it has, let's see, alpha hydroxy acids, AHAs. If you want to hear about AHAs, I do have a Science of Beauty video, which I will link down below, about glycolic acid, which is an AHA, but it has pumpkin enzyme peels with AHA polishes with aluminum oxide to reveal smoother, younger looking, radiant, and revitalized skin. and it's the truth. This stuff is no joke. It is super expensive at Sephora, which is why I only have this little tiny thing. I did get it in a set. But I'm going to use this again soon, and then I'll probably get another. You can get about 3 uses out of this little thing. And then I might take the plunge and actually buy it. This thing, I almost can't even describe it. It is like kind of like an orangey color, so just like kind of get away from that once you put it on. But I thought that the original skin from Origins left my skin baby smooth until I tried this. This thing, it just is so amazing. It resurfaces your skin almost. It gets rid of every dead skin that's on there that doesn't need to be there. It doesn't strip away the moisture from your skin. It just leaves it feeling like pretty nice, but super smooth and super revitalized, refreshed, everything. I'm just such a huge fan of it, and I should really start using it again, just because the one time that I used it, I was just so blown away. I was like, oh, I have to ration it, but then it just sits there and I don't use it. So I do need to start using it and maybe pick it up during the Sephora like April sale, because then I'll get a discount. Now, if my skin is being very finicky and the original skin doesn't really help me out, because that's what I'll do with that Origins one too, is if my skin's like breaking out or something like that, I'll use that one and it usually can bring it back to normal. If that isn't the case though, I do reach for my Dermalogica charcoal rescue mask. This one is a charcoal mask. It is, let's see what it says on the back. It has charcoal in it. No kidding. So it absorbs impurities while sulfur promotes skin cell turnover for dramatically brighter skin. Volcanic ash, sea silt, bamboo extract, and AHAs further accelerate skin brightening with dual action exfoliation. Niacinamide helps reduce congestion and calm the skin, while Chilean wild mint helps refine pores. So it does all of those things. It makes my skin it takes all the gunk out of it, retexturizes it, brightens it up, smooths it out, unclogs the pores. Your skin feels a little bit lighter after using it, I find. Now, I do have to use some sort of hydration afterwards, and I think everyone should, even those with oily skin. Oily skin people though, oh my god, you would love this mask, because it really does help kind of balance everything out and unclog your pores and just get rid of all of that, like the heaviness that you can feel in your skin sometimes when you haven't like done a mask or like really deep cleansed it for a while. It's just really good. So you just put on dry skin and leave on for 7 to 10 minutes. Lightly massage with very wet hands to enhance exfoliation during the removal. So basically when you wash it off, just make sure that you're like moving your hands around, which is how you would wash it off. But basically then the exfoliation will help it as well, because those AHAs and the enzymes are going to be breaking down your dead skin, and then with the exfoliation it'll kind of slough it off, and then that way you're just left with really nice, clean, fresh, smooth skin. But yeah, this one's really good, especially if your skin is feeling very congested. This one is very helpful. Okay, and then the last two that I have are overnight masks, which I really enjoy. I tend to use these instead of moisturizer a lot of nights. That way I can keep my skin from drying out or being dehydrated, but then I'm also like not layering on too many products. The first one, they're both samples, but you can get a lot of uses out of these little babies. It's the Estee Edit by Estee Lauder Pink Peony Overnight Water Pack. This one is super thin in texture. It's more of like a gel, I would say. It does smell really nice. Like there's just this like, it's very subtle. It has a little bit of like a sweet or like a floral note to it. I really like it. It hydrates the skin really well. It doesn't break me out though at the same time. It doesn't make my oils kind of go crazy in my T-zone. It's just really nice. I actually have a full size of it now, and I'm very excited that I can use this a little bit more like often, because again, with these smaller things, I try to get as many uses out of them as I can, and I try not to use it all up in like a week. But it is really nice if you're looking for something that's very lightweight for overnight masks. I would highly recommend this one because it is light enough that I think people with oily skin could use it, but it packs enough of a punch for people with dry skin to see results. Okay, and then last but certainly not least, it's another one of those overnight ones, and it's again a sample size, but it's the Kurez Wild Rose Advanced Brightening Sleeping Facial. This one smells so good. I love the smell of like roses, and it's very florally. If you don't like floral scent, then I would actually avoid this one because you might be irritated by it. This one, unlike the Pink Peony Overnight Pack, Water Pack from Estee Edit, this one's actually more of like a thicker cream. So it does feel like you're just putting on a thicker moisturizer at night. I use this one like a moisturizer, like I said, but it is supposed to act like a facial or like a mask that you use overnight. This one I would be a little bit worried about people with oily skin using, just because it is very, like, not slippery, but it could kind of feel greasy on someone's skin if you have a lot of oils already on your skin. I really like it though, so people with dry skin or combination skin too I think would be fine. This is really nice. Doesn't break me out, but it definitely packs a hydration punch. Like, no joke whatsoever. And again, I just really like the smell of it. But yeah, it is a thicker one, but it does about the exact same thing that the Estee Edit one does, just a little bit more. So if you have dry, dehydrated skin, I would highly recommend this one. If you have dry, normal, oily skin, I would actually recommend the Estee Edit one. Or if you have dehydrated skin in general, this one would actually be really nice. There's obviously rose in it, and of course there's nothing on this thing because it's a little sample. So I don't know what's in it. But whatever's in here works so well. Okay, and that's it. Those are my favorite masks that I like to use. If I'm looking for a night to use a mask, I will most likely pick one of those ones. I do have many other masks like in my skincare collection, but I tend to reach for those ones the most out of anything. Let me know what mask you like to use and like what kind of skin you have. If you have like oily skin, what kind of things you like to use, or dry skin, whatever. And then hopefully people kind of get ideas of that from the comments down below. Make sure to follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, all of which are always linked down below. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the day, and I will see you next time. Bye!